2.77%. I've been in the business since 1972, and I really never expected to be talking about 2.77% interest rates. But it's we're in a very good market, but even more important than that is the credit standing of the city of Saraland. And I'd like to share with you just a little bit about good news that we found out several weeks ago. The city presented its credit to Standard & Poor's Corporation, which is a premier rating agency, and the group at Standard & Poor's acts very much like a loan committee, if you will. They review the credit of the city, your economics and demographics, your financial standing, your practices and policies as to how you handle public funds. And they came back with a rating of AA-, and there's no issuer in Mobile County that has got a higher rating than your city does, and that says quite a bit. The last published rating that the city had was in 2000, which was an A. So this is the equivalent of a two-step raise in your credit standing, and we are delighted. And of course that has resulted in your excellent interest rate. That rating will stay in place, and just keep working hard, and Denise, watching those dollars closer, and you too, Mayor, and you'll be staying at that AA credit. I do want to thank the Mayor and his staff, particularly Denise and Betty Donald, for all the hard work that they put into this transaction. I'm sure that there are others in City Hall and outside and other departments that were helpful, and I don't know their name, but Denise, you tell them thank you for me, if you will, tomorrow. I also like to thank Kenny Burnett and his partner Alan Ziegler from Bradley and Bolt Cummings, who served as bond counsel on this issue. They did a wonderful job getting all of the documentation out in a timely fashion. Of course, Dwight, I was laughing earlier, I said, he's working hard. He called me on a Saturday. And we investment bankers don't work on Saturday, but the lawyers do. But it's really been a team effort, and we sincerely appreciate the trust and confidence that you all place in us. The ordinance before you tonight, of course, is to authorize the sale of the issue, which will close next Tuesday. It does require a suspension of the rules and a unanimous vote to bring it up tonight, and then, of course, just a vote on the ordinance. I'd be delighted to answer any questions that you might have, or just sit down.
My understanding is that I think Dr. Rubenstein had to go and meet with the panel.
That is correct.
And how did he do it?
Well, if it hadn't been for him, we might have got a AAA. But
the truth comes out, Bob. Thank you.
The chair will entertain a motion to suspend the rules.
I make a motion to suspend the rules and take this for immediate consideration.
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Councilman McDonald?
Yes.
Councilman Kramer?
Yes.
Council President Rubenstein?
Yes.
Councilman Hudson? Yes.
Motion to adopt the ordinance.
I'll give you that in the form of a motion that we adopt the ordinance.
I second that motion.
Roll call, please.
Councilman McDonald?
Yes.
Councilman Kramer?
Yes.
Council President Rubenstein?
Yes.
Councilman Hudson? Yes.
The motion is carried. The ordinance is approved by the council and will go on to Mayor Williams for his consideration. I do want to comment that Saraland will make very good use of this bond refinancing. It's going to give us some funds to do some very badly needed work in drainage, recreation, streets, as well as getting some very badly needed equipment for our police and our fire department.
Fire truck.
And our new fire truck. So we're going to make very good use of this money. We'll go back now to number 6, which is report of standing committees, and I'll recognize Councilman McDonald.
Thank you, Dr. Rubenstein.
And Ms. Young, thank you.
Everything I have is on the agenda. I would like to.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll let you get done now.
Thank you. Andrew.
That's fine. We had the opportunity to go to Montgomery this past Tuesday and meet with our legislators up there, and I just want to tell you thanks for letting us go up there. Hopefully it was a productive visit. We did get to meet with Randy Davis, our House Representative. And so hopefully everything will be moving forward, and just so he did reassure us that he, Saraland's always in his thoughts, so. Besides that, everything else I have is on the agenda.
Thank you, sir. Councilman Crum.
And that's a great good. The mayor and Councilman Butler, Joe McDonald, myself did get to go up there and meet, and we had some training there. But we did, it was a legislative day, and I know Councilman McDonald and I both went. And we went. Y'all saw in the newspaper all the protesters about bingo. Well, we had to go and we had to ease through to get to the door, go through security, and we actually got to sit up above and watch them in session. You'd be proud of all of our delegates from Mobile County. They're very active. They're very, they work hard. And they did recognize us from the floor. They spotted us up there, came down and recognized us from Saraland, and the whole gallery, praised the people from Saraland. And it was a good day that the legislators can see some of their representatives locally, and then we can get together. The other thing I just want to let you know, we're continuing to register for baseball and softball. Baseball numbers are up tremendously. The registration, this is the last week of registration from 10 to 2 at Amelia Park in the Civic Center. And then in the afternoon, they'll be doing tryouts. The girls will also at Neighborhood Park are registering, and I think they have tryouts during the week. But both those seasons will be starting up. I do know that baseball's opening is March the 20th, and Mayor, Council, we're all invited there. We're trying to, hopefully they may move it till 6, since we have since we're sponsoring the Citizen of the Year at 7 that night. And so we do have a banquet that night that where Saraland Citizen of the Year comes up. But if not, it may be 6:30, so be listening. We've asked if they could roll it up a little so some of us can attend the baseball opening as well as going to the Citizen of the Year banquet.
Well, we have a baseball representative here, so Junior, if you don't mind relaying that for us.
The other thing, besides the scouts, I'm glad they're here. For those that don't know, and I wish I had thought about this while I had some of the children here, we have just, we have a new Boy Scout troop in town. They've been kind of closed out, Troop 113 out of Saraland Methodist Church. Many young men are coming up to the Cub Scout program and the Boy Scout program. We have 3 or 4 active scouts. So it just started about 2 months ago. But when the Weeblos cross over in April, May, we hope to have about 5 coming into the Boy Scouts from the Saraland Methodist Church. And another feeder Cub Scout troop is Chickasaw Methodist Church. They've got their Cub Scout troop going. So I'm hoping that 3 is going to turn into 13 or 14 here for the summer. And we just appreciate some of the facilities in the city we open up. We'll let them, the police, they have the range that in the future we might be able to do some meetings there and maybe have some camp outs. And we have the range where they do their firearms. So we've had that before in the past. But Boy Scouts is one of the best leadership programs open to young men, and it teaches leadership skills. And I don't know a better program that teaches that systematically as they grow and learn, and it's boy-led, and they elect their leaders, and their leaders lead. The scoutmasters and the committee are there just to keep them in check. Don't you think y'all need to do this? And they make the decisions on the campouts. So I'm proud of you. Thank you, y'all from 147 coming. I am on their committee, and Troop 113s now. So thank y'all for coming, and everything else is on the agenda.
Thank you, sir. As far as administration and finance, Saraland still is just a little bit down on our sales tax and license revenue, but compared to most cities, we're actually doing quite well. We're trying to compensate for this by watching our expenses very closely. The new bond issue we just approved will also help as far as allowing us to make capital purchases using those bond funds. I would like to remind everybody, as Councilman Cromer stated, the Saraland Civic Forum will be hosting the annual Citizen of the Year banquet on March 19th, Friday, March 19th, 7 p.m. at the Civic Center. Saraland is a community that prides itself on its volunteerism, and this is a chance to recognize many of the unsung heroes who really put a lot of work into making our community the special place that it is. I hope everybody will make an effort to attend. Tickets are available from either the chamber during the day or from many of the Civic Forum members. I need to announce that